Holiday classics were meant to be broken is the tagline for this latest edition in the Home Alone film franchise. Yeah, this is Home Sweet Home Alone, or Home Alone 6 as it is. Yeah, I really didn't think this film was going to happen. I mean, I really didn't. I mean, we had Home Alone 4 and 5. But then, you know, Disney bought Fox, so there's gonna be spoilers in this film, and spoilers for every Home Alone film, I guess. We'll see how we get on. Okay, so the story follows Max Mercer, who gets left home alone because of the soundproofing of the new Audi. Yeah. Meanwhile, married couple Pam and Jeff McKenzie are led to believe that Max has stolen their antique doll worth $200,000, but he didn't. He didn't steal the doll. Whole thing's a big misunderstanding. It's important to the plot. Pam and Jeff need the money, so they decide to break into Max's house to retrieve the doll. He's ready with the traps, which are all, well choreographed with stunts and everything, but you just end up feeling bad for Pam and Jeff, as they're being kicked around because they've done nothing wrong. Also, we get some recycled traps from, previous films. I can tell you as a Home Alone veteran that the cookies come straight from Home Alone 5. The Mento Coke bombs are like a 2021 friendly version of the bricks from Home Alone 2. And the stepping on the Lego is kind of a 2021 friendly version of the stepping on the ornaments from Home Alone 1. So it's a little tedious watching those. Then this comes to this climax of a conversation between Max, Pam and Jeff, where they realise that the whole thing's been a big misunderstanding. Max didn't steal the doll. So yeah, that's Merry Christmas. From then on, it's just soppy McSop without any genuine warmth. The phone call between Max and Max's mum, who's in Tokyo on holiday with the family, that happens off screen.
Well, how about your mom? Have you talked to her?
Yeah, we called her when she landed. She cried happy tears.
That's one of the most potentially poignant moments of the film, and we just don't see it. Then the film just ends. It just ends. It's barely an hour and 20. It's really short. And as the credits rolled, I just thought, God, that whole thing just kind of washed over me. So I let it settle for a bit, because I watched it when it came out on the 12th of November. So I've kind of let it, sit and rest. So I think a key kind of issue here is that there are no antagonists. Like I said, Pam and Jeff, they do nothing wrong. And what it makes it look like is that Max is the antagonist because he's traumatizing them. So there's definitely something there in that would it have worked if Max was intentionally the antagonist? And it probably could have worked. You see all those Home Alone videos where people like to theorize that Kevin is some kind of serial killer. And that could definitely work, but, they would never do that. And because there's no kind of genuine threat to Max, it loses all the fear. And actually something that all the Home Alone films do is that they make sure that the kid is scared. And without that, Max, actually does nothing in this film. There's a point where Max goes to this church and they have this gift aid table set up for donations for toys for kids. And he just takes a water pistol and leaves and doesn't give it back. What? So yeah, the film it's very confused in what it's trying to say. Not only in the plot, but also in the marketing. The tagline is holiday classics were meant to be broken. What does that even mean? Are they trying to be better than the original Home Alone? Are they trying to break the original Home Alone? What are they trying to do? And then you get this really bad joke 26 minutes in where the family are watching a reboot of the film that Kevin watches in the original film, what's called Angels with Filthy Souls or something. And one of the characters says, oh, these things are never as good as the originals. And I get the joke, but why? Why put that in? Disney, surely, at this point, they've had to battle. They've had to battle to get people to watch this instead of the original. Why then, half an hour in, remind people that, oh, but the original's actually better? Why do that? And the whole idea that this film is, you know, for a new generation becomes very tiresome very quickly. It means you have this joke where oh, no one uses landline anymore. It's like, oh look, there's a VR headset, look how modern we are. And are we really to suggest that Max doesn't have a phone of his own? You know, I'm not saying that all 10-year-olds have mobile phones, but this 10-year-old, you know, in this house, with a family that buys this much Toblerone, it feels likely that he would have a phone. And this whole integration of modern technology is actually done better in Home Alone 5. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's actually done better in Home Alone 5. Because in that film, you know, they have the kid, I can't remember what the kid's called, but the kid is like obsessed with video games, but he utilizes the video game to communicate with someone else who can then help him. Whereas this, there's no like creative thinking here. I mean, you have this really tedious bit where there's like an Alexa thing in the house and Pam and Jeff hear that and they think that the Alexa is like a real person. It's just like, no, stop, please just stop. I think the real question though is this film the worst Home Alone sequel? And I think the things that will trigger people more about this film are the closer connections to the original. For example, you have a lot more of John Williams' themes kind of rearranged and reorchestrated by John Debney, which is lovely. But more so you have the appearance of Buzz, which is the most interesting thing about this whole film. I mean, that one scene where Buzz is describing Kevin as an adult was the best bit about the whole film. And it's just a shame that that's not the subject of the whole film. So look, it's not as good as Home Alone 3, and that I've seen this somewhere else, but Home Alone 3 really starts to shine when you look at this franchise as a whole. It's better than Home Alone 4, but is it better than Home Alone 5? I don't know. You know, Home Alone 5 has its own feel, and it's almost comforting in how obvious a TV movie it is. And at least it can be so bad that it's funny, and generally follows the Home Alone formula, whereas this film is just bad, and fails to do anything new. Turning to Rotten Tomatoes, the film scored 16% from the critics, and 13% from the audience. So as far as Rotten Tomatoes is concerned, this film is the worst. You know, looking at audience scores, Home Alone 5 got 28%, Home Alone 4 got 24%, Home Alone 3 got 27%. So yeah, we've been down this road before. You know, there was a fairly slim chance of this film being good, and I was hopeful that it would be good, but at the same time, it's no surprise that it isn't. I just hope that this is it now, you know, like Disney doesn't need to do anything else, no one needs to do anything else with this franchise, unless it's Kevin as an adult fighting thieves. That's the only exception. So thank you very much for watching this video. As I said, I did not expect to be making this, and if you're interested in my other Home Alone videos, I will link them down in the description. But yeah, thanks again, hope you have a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year. Goodbye.